Well, hello, KFB. I know it's been like a hot minute, but like it's whatever. Like new house, moved, got a job, lost a job. It's been a long 4 months absence, but like that's life. In the last video, I talked about the Miami Heat, and I think it's only fair that I just talk about how I was wrong in that regards. The video was called "The Miami Heat Offense was great. Oh, there might be a fifth, fourth seed, and everything was fantastic." And like, yeah, and over the course of the season, it has been really shaky. They started off great in October and November. They were looking really good. That Andrew Wiggins game winner on the Cavaliers. Even though they lost to the Wemby Spurs, how Bam gave Wemby 30, and even though no Tyler Hero, no Norman Powell, those games that a lot of guys missed out on, and they were still staying afloat. It was like very hopeful that when everybody was healthy and on the floor, that the Miami Heat will be back, and then it basically didn't really happen that much. Like Tyler Hero has missed a significant amount of time in basketball action, and then now that he's back, the team looks better. But like the Norman Powell minutes, trying to figure out what Khalil where it is at a certain point in time in the season, like Khalil can have a great 3-4 game stretch that then looks hot garbage, and I'm like, come on, bro. And then Eric Spoelstra would bench him, start him, DNPs, and the bench itself, like Kelly Larson would be doing good. Has been like a really up and down roller coaster. I will say the Miami Heat over the last couple of games, the last two games, I think they lost to the Lakers and the Spurs. But like before that stretch of games, when Bam scored 81 points, when Bam scored 81, that's not. I have to talk about that. I have to mention the Bam 81 game. That man, it's still 83 points. I'm bugging. That's on me. But during that stretch of games, when they were winning 8, 9 in a row, the team looked good again, and that was partly due. Well, I won't say it's all Norman Powell's fault, but it was partly due because Tyler Hero was in the lineup, and even though they were missing Andrew Wiggins and Norman Powell, the team looked really good. The offense was flowing better. Maybe I don't think it was complete. I don't think you can blame Andrew Wiggins too much on that account, even though like I'm a little biased as an Andrew Wiggins fan. But the Norman Powell minutes, like it did get like, oh, he's just here to score basketball. He's just here to score points. And if he's not really doing much outside of that, which respectively, he was really good at that before when Tyler Hero was out and we needed somebody like that and we needed somebody to give us points. He did that. He did that great job. He would always end the net with 22, 25 points. He was named an All-Star for the first time this year. He deserves to be an All-Star, like compared to everything else. But I think the large contributing factor of being an All-Star by the numbers and by the fact that there was a couple missing people, and there was also that they challenged the Team USA, Team World, Team Old. They did all those things to make even though the All-Star Day was great, they did need to fill up a certain amount of spots, and he didn't really play much of the game. But like that's. In all honesty, it doesn't really matter how much you play. It's the All-Star game. Is that fire? Okay. Sirens out my door every day. Okay. Whatever. And he is a great job. And it's just like, I was seeing the stretches of games where we didn't have Norman Powell in the lineup, and then we had Tyler Hero. It like makes me seem like, yeah, Tyler Hero is way better. But like that's probably the most obvious thing anybody could ever say coming into this season. I think just the fact that I don't think we can really start both of them. The Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, and Khalil Ware, but like they're not going to do that lineup because Khalil Ware and Bam Adebayo damn near don't work unless he's doing another team. So they might start Larson, which they have been doing lately. So it is redundant, and it does seem like you're not about to pay a guy $30 million to come off the bench. Because when Norman Powell was going to get his money this year, like this is why I think it was probably one of the smarter moves to trade him at the deadline. But like at the deadline, we were like 25 and like 26. We were below 500. The ninth seed. Well, actually, like mind you, we were like the ninth, eighth seed in the Eastern Conference, which was like, I guess we weren't doing that bad. We weren't doing that good. But we obviously needed to. When Bam made the statement that I don't want to be the play-in, then everything kind of just clicked from there, and things just started moving fast track in motion. And I think we did click at the right time because that's when everybody else started. But English. But that's when everybody else started peaking. Like the Charlotte Hornets decided to go on a historic run and have like have a net rating of like, I think plus 10, which is like NBA. I think a legend winner took around like they had a plus 10 net rating on the offensive defensive side. They had a stare. Like that's championship level. They playing championship level basketball damn near in that city. And then the Hawks went on a 10-game win streak. Mind you, the Hawks were so bad at a certain point that they won 9 games in a row and they were the 9th seed, and they still were the 9th seed after the 10 wins. Now it's you can't. We're in the Eastern Conference. After you won like 10, they went to the 9th seed to this 5th seed. They're currently at the 6th seed right now because they lost the game, but they won a game against the Detroit Pistons yesterday without Cade Cunningham. But everybody else around the Eastern Conference, like it's looking like one of the most competitive Eastern Conference to be in. If you're not you have to be like a 42, 43, 44 wins and damn near, if you don't want to be in the play-in, 45 at least. Because right now, everybody in the Eastern Conference, it's separated by legitimately one game. This was like somewhat of what was happening in the Eastern Conference last year. Like right now, the Eastern Conference, like the top 6, kind of really solidified, and you can't really move. Like the Suns can only move. Everybody else below them are stuck in the play. They're kind of stuck in the play. I think watch this. The Heat, after like a 3 to 4 game slip size, went from the 6th seed, went back to the 10th seed. That's how bad it is. And they're currently the 10th seed right now with a 39 and 34 rating. How many times in the Eastern Conference when you can win 39 games and like with 10 games left, you might not make it? Luckily, the Bucks have been bad. I also was wrong about that, but I don't know what to say. They're talking about how much Cole Anthony just saw. So whatever. But after that, the Charlotte Hornets 39 and 34, 8th seed is 39 and 34, and then 76ers are 40 and 33. And it's only separated by one game, and the only person that has a real lead is the Hawks after by nearly beating that team. I think that they're peaking at a great time, but unfortunately, like I looked at the strength of schedule, they said they're ranked 24th, but I don't know how real accurate that is compared to everybody else, because in especially games that they have to hate, the Heat games, they have to play the Hawks. They played the Cleveland Cavaliers last game, and they're playing them this game. They got the Pacers team, which is really cakewalk game. They got to win that. The 76ers now that have Joel Embiid and a healthy Paul George, who just went back to dropping 28 all of a sudden. I guess he's back to being that guy. They definitely checked his piece, so he did that naturally. That's natural playoff P. The Celtics, who just got Tatum back, and we lost to them last game. And then we got the Wizards, easy win. And then the Raptors. So we need these games for the standings. The Wizards again. Luckily they end off with the Wizards again, and then they go back to Atlanta for it. They probably need to play the starter thing. Because right now, like Bam has said it twice now, they don't want to be the play-in, because you get a team that's been currently in the play-in. Even when you made the finals, it was play-in. And I think as a Heat fan, you probably just tired of doing this. You just want to win games and then just be a 6th seed. Like we've been consistently mediocre at this point, and other teams are currently lapping us because the Hawks, they decided to tank, and now they're currently they just lapped us. You might have not lapped us, but they tanked. Now they're better than us. The Charlotte Hornets, 2-3 years off, now ahead of us in the standings. When Pat Riley did not want to take at all, and they didn't want to waste the draft pick. They decided last year they didn't want a good draft pick, and they said they were the first 10 seeds to ever make the play-in, being in that position, and they got their ass kicked by the Cavaliers. I don't think this year would happen because the Cavs are worse than they were last year. As a standpoint, as a team, like, they won 62 games. Like they're like, but maybe they'd probably be about with James Harden with addition to the team. They'd probably be better in certain aspects, and the potential of winning a championship. They're definitely higher with Darius Garland, but like just the fact that the Cavs as a unit, DeAndre Hunter was clicking, it'll be an easier fight for them this year. That's all I'll say. I won't say the Cavs can't win a championship. Well, they probably can't, but it'll be an easier task than doing it last year. I don't think the Heat this year, because they gotten better. The Heat this year are not going to get blown up by 40, hopefully. But all I'm saying is, like, I think they can be a 6th seed. I think they can be a 5th seed, because it's still a wide open East compared to everybody else. Everybody else, since they're 24th apparently, which I didn't believe that myself, but like, they still have a great chance of being a 6th, 5th seed. And capping off a good season. I don't know what they're gonna do in the offseason because I wouldn't pay Norman Powell all that money after seeing that we just went on a 9-10 game win streak, or like we went 10-1 or 10-2 without that man, and he clearly has some deficiencies as any doing anything outside of scoring the basketball. Because it's not like Michael Porter Jr. 2 years ago with the possession ends here, but he is not swinging that ball. But hey, shout out to that team. I'm just here for the experience and see what Heat basketball was. Like I said, I was an Andrew Wiggins fan coming into this, and he didn't get traded at the deadline. I was mad, but not too mad at a certain point because I thought they were wasting his time there at that point. If they were like 25-26 coming after the All-Star break, so that was my biggest gripe on that. But whatever. But they look like they could do something competitive and look kind of interesting. But if it's the 6th seed, 5th seed, at this point we're wasting Bam's time there. We're wasting Tyler Hill's time there. It's either take or make a big move. Pat Riley can't stay in mediocrity land for the rest of his life. So all glory to God there. But hey, I'm KFB 23 on the White Team, and I'm out.